Gus, we celebrate the inclusivity, the family vibes, all of the good nature community of what cons are. Can you kind of give us your con experience overall?
Oh, absolutely. So I've been attending cons for going on 20 years. I've been vending at them for over a decade, and it is literally just like coming home because I see a lot of the same people, even at cons that are cities upon cities apart. Some of the same fans will be chasing their favorite vendors or their favorite celebrities, and a lot of the vendors are people that we see at the same region. So I get to see family and be like, "Oh, great! I've got family here."
Right.
Plus, so many people that do conventions, the convention life, are on the neurodivergent spectrum, be it ADHD, autistic, on the LGBTQ spectrum. I myself am on both, and we recognize each other. We see each other, we communicate the same. So we may not necessarily have the same social anxieties, but we can at least be safe spaces for each other. And that is exactly what a con is. It is a huge safe space. You're going to find a vendor that you click with, a celebrity, even celebrity handler that you click with, somebody. And you're going to end up making friends, and you're going to make family, and you're going to come back.
Right.
Yeah.
So how did you get into cons? What was your experience first con? How that?
Oh, that's a weird story. So I've always been a nerd that grew up in a non-nerdy family.
Okay.
So I didn't go to my first con until I was in my 20s when a random friend from community theater said, "Hey, let's go to this convention." Yeah, that was Dragon Con, 2008. So my first con experience, being my own little anxious, nerdy self, is in a room with 30,000 other people. And there's cosplays, and there's Nathan Fillion waving at a bar balcony. And it was absolutely mind-blowing. And I left after being completely overwhelmed and went, I can do that again. So it was a good 10 years before I started attending cons again as an author, and then as a podcaster, and then as a chainmail vendor. And it just kind of has exploded out of that, and it's evolved. And I've been to so many different cons in multiple states. And like I said, it's just a family. It is a vibe. It is a vacation where you might be working, where you're going to get hot and sweaty and overwhelmed, and you're going to leave feeling so fulfilled.
Yeah.
So
I think we've all who have been to Dragon Con have had that. We're overwhelmed. I can't wait to do that.
Yeah, I
again.
cannot wait to be overwhelmed again.
yeah, that's exactly it. It's so much, and you have to follow the rule. Those are the 3-2-1 rule. Have at least 3 hours of sleep, have at least 2 meals, and have at least 1 shower a day. As long as you can do that, that's your self-care. Everything else can happen at home.
Yeah.
So where did all this come from? How did this start?
So the chainmail, I have always been a crafty person. Yeah. I've also always been, again, neurodivergent. And one of my autistic stims is my fingers in my mouth. I was a nail biter quite badly. And I was always searching for something when I'm watching TV and I've got idle hands to keep me from biting my nails. I've tried cross stitching. I've tried crocheting. You keep yarn away from me, please. I've tried like wood carving, miniature painting. Chainmail is the one that stuck.
Yeah.
I don't know how or why, but something about 2 pairs of pliers in my hands, thousands of rings, and a TV show, and you end up getting this. So I've been chainmailing for going on. I just had my 11th anniversary doing it.
Oh, wow.
So that's a quarter of my life at this point. I'll take it.
Tell me about your writing.
I've been writing since I was 11. I mostly do fantasy and science fiction. I've got 15 books out. Everything from a middle grade fantasy where the main character is fighting the fate the stars gave him, to an adult 10 novellas series that is a spin-off of an urban fantasy series a buddy of mine wrote. That is called The Deadly Studies. It's the origin story of the assassin character from the series. And I've done a couple of other science fiction and fantasy, like short stories and all that kind of stuff. So I'm currently working on a lit RPG novel because I've fallen into the Dungeon Crawler Carl fandom. So I was like, why not do my own lit RPG video game book? So I'm on chapter 3 of that. Right. So that's going to be a bit. But yeah.
Where can we find these? Just anywhere?
You can find all of my stuff, links to the chainmail, the string art, and my writing, as well as voice acting at afgrappin.com.
Yeah.
I'll spell that out for you guys later.
So how long would something like this take?
So this scale drape is somewhere in the realm of 30 hours.
Yeah.
This one was a little bit more because I messed up and had to redo a couple rows. But yeah, so this is wanting to say 270 individual aluminum scales. I've got, I believe, 5 different colors on this one, but I can get a ton of different colors, and they are woven in chainmail form. And then I've got stainless steel and aluminum. But yeah, so I can. It's like this is time. Now you want a lot of time. My boy Spock over there. That was 100 hours of my life that I will never get back, and I don't regret a moment of it.
I bet it's beautiful.
Yes.
Amazing piece.
Thank you.
Do you have a specific con story that sticks out to you?
Yes, I do, actually. A couple of years ago, I'm at this tiny little con in Lebanon, Tennessee. I've been doing it for a couple of years, and I'm just at my table like a little worker bee doing things, and I see somebody come up, so of course I look up, and it's this little lady wearing a con t-shirt, so I know she's a volunteer. And she looks at me and just goes, "Do you do repairs?" And I said, "Yes." And she stood to the side, and I looked up, and then I looked up. I'm 5'4". Billy Gunn, the wrestler, is like 6'7". So I was looking, and I was sitting. So I'm looking at, he had a bracelet, an infinity bracelet that had broken, and the charms in it had the ashes from his dogs.
Oh, wow.
And so he says, "Can you possibly repair this?" And I looked at it, I said, "Oh yeah, give me 5 minutes." So I'm sitting there chatting with Billy Gunn, putting some new stainless steel on this bracelet, fitting this to him because it didn't have a clasp. He wanted it to be a forever bracelet.
Yeah.
And he looks down at me and goes, "How much is the repair?" And I'm like, this was literally like $1 worth of materials and $1 worth of my time. "I'll take a hug." He's like, "How about a hug and a photo?" I was in cosplay at the time too. So I've got this photo of me as this tiny little gray and white fox hugging this giant man with my foot in the air. And he's got this huge grin. So I'm not even a wrestling fan.
I was about to ask.
But you have those moments
Right.
that you will always remember.
That's what's so beautiful about this, whether it's moments like this or moments like that.
Oh,
like
yeah.
just the community, the shocking
Mhm.
bumping into something, you know.
Yeah, you can always find something in common with everybody.
Well, and I said this earlier, but we've talked to so many people this weekend, and basically everybody said the same thing, that this is a safe place.
Yeah,
And I think that that's something that should be shouted from the
it
rooftops.
absolutely should. Yeah.
Okay. And there's something here for everyone. Like if you are into anything, you can find something at a con.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
again,
what I've
from
said.
wrestlers to Star Wars to whatever,
Oh, yeah.
everything in between,
Yep.
you know, and yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, where can everybody find you again?
They can find all of my stuff at thechainnerd.com. That is just all one word, spelled exactly the way you'd expect it. My personal stuff is AFGrappin, GRAPPIN.com. But yeah, we're in a lot of the southeast, usually around the Tennessee, Alabama, Kentucky area, but we ship worldwide. I've got stuff on at least 4 continents.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. What's your next con?
Our next con is going to be GalaxyCon Raleigh.
Right on.
Looking
All
forward to
right.
that one in 2 weeks.
nice.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Gus, very much appreciate
Thank you,
your time.
Adrian. Appreciate
Yeah.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God, all this stuff is so cool. Good to go? All right.